The Haunting of Evernight Manor. Dr. Julian Hart, a celebrated physicist, was no stranger to danger. His groundbreaking invention, the chrono lens, allowed him to traverse time, a feat once thought impossible. The device came with strict rules, but Julian's curiosity often pushed boundaries. On his latest venture, he set the dials for the Victorian era, lured by tales of the mysterious Evernight Manor, a sprawling estate rumored to be haunted. Arrival at Evernight Manor. When Julian emerged from the chrono-lens shimmering portal, he found himself amidst Evernight's grandeur. The year was 1887. The manor loomed, its Gothic architecture exuding in eerie allure. A heavy mist clung to the grounds, muffling the world around him. Julian adjusted his waistcoat, trying to blend in. He had read about Evernight's reclusive residents, Lady Eleanor, a widow with a tragic past, and her maid, Clara, whose beauty was said to be otherworldly. Both women had vanished mysteriously, fueling the manor's haunted reputation. Secrets beneath the surface. Inside the manor, Julian's footsteps echoed in the vast corridors. He felt the weight of unseen eyes upon him. As he ventured further, he entered the grand library, its shelves lined with leather-bound books. A faint melody drew his attention. Following it, he stumbled upon Lady Eleanor seated at a grand piano. Her pale skin glowed in the candlelight, and her raven-black hair cascaded over her shoulders. "Who are you?" she asked, her voice a mixture of curiosity and suspicion. Julian introduced himself as a traveler, careful not to reveal his true nature. Eleanor's sharp eyes seemed to pierce through him, but she invited him to stay, intrigued by his mysterious aura. That night, over a candlelit dinner, Julian's charm melted Eleanor's guarded demeanor. As they spoke, she recounted the manor's cursed history. "They say the spirits of the past linger here, feeding on the desires of the living," she whispered. Her gaze lingered on Julian, and a tension crackled between them. A dangerous connection. Later, as Julian retired to his guest chamber, he was visited by Clara, the maid. Her entrance was silent, her movements graceful. "My lady insisted I ensure your comfort," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Her eyes held a mix of shyness and curiosity. As she adjusted the bed linens, her hand brushed Julian's, sending a jolt through him. The air between them grew charged, and the night unfolded in a haze of passion and whispered secrets. Clara's touch was like fire, and Julian found himself lost in her embrace. The next morning, Julian awoke to find Clara gone, as if she had been a figment of his imagination. Determined to uncover the manor's mysteries, he explored its hidden corners. In the attic, he discovered an old diary belonging to Eleanor. Its pages spoke of forbidden desires and encounters with a mysterious stranger who had appeared at the manor years ago. The entries grew darker, hinting at rituals and a pact made with something beyond human understanding. The allure of Eleanor. That evening, Eleanor invited Julian to her private chambers. Draped in a crimson gown, she was a vision of temptation. As they shared a glass of wine, the tension between them reached its peak. She leaned in, her lips brushing against his ear. "This house has a way of ensnaring those who dare enter," she murmured. Their union was both passionate and haunting, as if the very walls of the manor pulsed with their fervor. But as Julian surrendered to Eleanor's allure, he felt a strange pull, as though the house itself was watching, feeding on their connection. Trapped in the manor's grip, days turned into a blur. Julian found himself trapped in a cycle of desire and dread. The manor's corridors seemed to shift, leading him in circles. Clara would appear and vanish, her touch both comforting and chilling. Eleanor grew more possessive, her eyes gleaming with an unnatural light. One night, Julian confronted Eleanor. "What is this place? What have you done?" Eleanor's laughter echoed through the room. "You wanted to uncover the secrets of Evernight, did you not? Now you are part of its story." She revealed the truth. The manor was a nexus, a place where time and reality blurred. The spirits of past lovers lingered, bound by their desires. Eleanor and Clara were no longer human but echoes of their former selves, sustained by the manor's curse. A desperate escape. Desperate, Julian attempted to activate the chrono lens, but the device faltered. The manor's energy interfered with its mechanisms. As the walls seemed to close in, Clara appeared, her eyes filled with sorrow. "There is a way," she whispered. "But it comes at a cost." Clara led Julian to the heart of the manor, a hidden chamber pulsating with an unnatural glow. In its center stood an ancient mirror, its surface rippling like water. "This will take you back, but you must leave a part of yourself behind," she said. Eleanor appeared, fury etched on her face. "You cannot leave. You belong to us now." As the two women clashed, their forms flickering like dying flames, Julian seized the opportunity. He activated the chrono lens and leaped into the mirror. A blinding light enveloped him. "The curse lives on." When Julian awoke, he was back in his lab. The chrono lens was shattered, its components scattered. But something was wrong. The reflection in the lab's glass showed not his own face, but Eleanor's, smiling back at him. Julian realized the truth. He had escaped the manor, but its curse had followed him. Evernight's story was far from over.